Today I'm going to be talking about things that car drivers do that piss cyclists off. Riding a bicycle is a great way to get around. It's a great way to commute. In a lot of ways, it's better than driving a car. Or at least I think so, and a lot of other people would agree with that, I'm sure. But sometimes, well, a lot of the time, all the time, it can be very dangerous. And there's a lot of things that car drivers and vehicle drivers on the roads, things that they do that really don't help matters any. So I'm going to go through three things in particular that drivers do that especially piss me off as a cyclist. And some of these are actually things that when drivers do these things, they think they're being nice, and actually what they're doing is really messing up the flow of traffic, not just for me as the guy on the bicycle, but for other car drivers as well. So let's get right into it. All right, so the first thing is when you're at a four-way intersection and a car arrives at a stop sign, like the car in the image here, and that's me on the bicycle down there. Okay, so say that this car arrived at the stop sign first before I get to the stop sign. So I pull up and I stop. Then this driver tries to wave me on to tell me, no, you go first. Well, here's the thing. When I'm on a bicycle, I'm going to stop at the stop sign because I don't know that you're going to wave me on unless you do it before I get to the stop sign. If you let me stop before you wave me on, then honestly, if you just go first, like you're supposed to do by law, you get to the stop sign first, you go first. If you just do that, that'll be quicker for both of us because you can just quickly start up and accelerate. Me on a bike, it takes me a bit longer. In fact, I can go ahead and start going and you go at the same time, and we wouldn't hit each other because you're going so much faster when you accelerate. And so this is the thing people do. They think they're being so nice. Oh, I'm so nice to the bicycle riders. I'm such a good person. I'm going to get good karma for waving these bike riders on. It doesn't work like that. You're just really messing up traffic. You're making yourself go slower. Anyone that's behind you is going slower, and you're making me go slower. And a lot of times drivers will sit there and just stare at me for a while. I try to not make eye contact because I'm not going to go when they wave me on. I'm not going to do it. I'm trying to somehow let them get the picture, get the hint that what they're doing is retarded. That's what I want them to learn. That's why I'm making this video. So that's one thing. Another thing is when they're waving, people do this and they wave me on, and there's a glare in the windshield maybe, and I can't even really see in the car to see that they're waving me on. So drivers need to be aware of that. The person on the bicycle might not even be able to see you inside the window. So just go. You get to the stop sign first, just go. And I know what some people are thinking. Car drivers are thinking this right now. Well, if I just go first, I might hit the person on the bicycle because a lot of cyclists run stop signs. Well, here's the thing. If you stop at the stop sign like you're supposed to and look in every direction and you see a cyclist, you know, I mean, you can tell if they're stopping, and if you have enough time to go, then go. Like, if you think they're just going to run the stop sign and they're going really fast and they're obviously going to run the stop sign, then don't hit them, but, you know, this is simple. You stop at the stop sign, then if they stop, you go. Or if you see they're stopping or they're going slow enough, you go because you got to the stop sign first, so you have the right of way, and they don't. So it's that simple. It's really quite a simple thing. So, let's see, what else is there to say about this? Oh, yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention is, well, a lot of drivers, like I said, they'll complain that, well, most cyclists just run stop signs anyways. Well, here's the thing. I find that this situation that I'm talking about, that a car that gets to a stop sign first, just trying to wave me on, that happens 9 out of 10 times. It happens so often that when I'm coming up to a stop sign and a car gets to another stop sign at about the same time, or they get there a little bit first, it's kind of safe for any cyclist to assume that the car is going to stop and let them go first. And so a lot of cyclists are thinking, well, if I even stop at this stop sign, then I have to stop, and then I have to exert all that energy to accelerate again from a full stop, because this car is just going to wave me on first anyway, so I'm just not going to stop. So that's why a lot of cyclists run stop signs, because drivers stop and wave them on instead of just going when they have the right of way. So it all comes down to drivers waving people on when they've got the right of way. You know, this has always made me mad. Even before I rode bicycles, just anytime a car gets to the stop sign first and they wave me on, even if I'm driving another car, I hate it so much. Don't do it. Like, go in the proper order. There's no reason not to. So, yeah. Like, alright, so that's one thing, and that's one of the biggest. Okay, so next we'll go to this next situation that really pisses me off when I'm commuting by my bicycle. And this happens quite often. It's similar to the last one, but there's a key difference. So you see me here on the bicycle here, and I'm at a stop sign. And then there's this other road intersecting the road I'm on, and I'm trying to cross the road. Or whatever, I'm at the stop sign. Maybe I'm turning. Anyways, here's something I see way too often. So this, let's say I'm trying to go straight. They can't tell anyways. This white vehicle here, the SUV, I guess it is, this car doesn't have a stop sign. There's no stop signs on this bigger road here. This car stops and tries to get me to go. Tries to wave me on. And you can see in the image here, the way I've depicted this is with the intersecting road being a 4-lane road. And I see this a lot on a couple particular roads that I cross during my commute, where the person stops, and it's just like, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to take that chance. I mean, just because you stopped in that lane doesn't mean if a car comes behind you, they're not just going to try to go around you and not see me. You don't control the cars going in the other direction. Just because you stop, they're not going to stop. They don't know what you're doing. And there's 2 lanes going in your same direction, so cars can go, in the other lane that you're not blocking. So what is this? This is stupid. Now, sometimes this happens on, not a 4-lane road. It could be a 2-lane road, but it's the same thing. You don't control both directions, and you just don't have a stop sign. So just go, and I'll wait. Like, I'm riding a bike. I'm obviously not in that big a hurry. If I was in a bigger hurry, I would be in a car or on a train or something. Like, I'm not going to ride my bike if I'm in a hurry, because the time it takes to get somewhere when you travel by bike is so variable, because it's a slow mode of transportation relatively. So, and also in this situation, even if, whether there's traffic on the road, even if there's no traffic, I see this a lot too. There's absolutely no traffic, and a car comes up, and they stop with no other traffic, and they stop to try to wave me on when they have no stop sign and I'm at a stop sign. It just makes no sense, because they stop, even if I wanted that to happen, and I wave back, oh, thank you, and I just keep going. Well, the thing is, I mean, they had to stop, and the time it would take for me as on the bicycle to see what they're doing and realize, oh, they're telling me to go, it would have been quicker if they just kept going and I went behind them because there's no other cars. I mean, that would have been quicker anyway. So, yeah, so this is the thing. If you're in a car, just because there's someone on a bicycle somewhere in your peripheral vision or whatever, don't stop and try to get them to go first. If you don't have a stop sign, then you don't stop. I mean, just obey the rules of traffic and act like the bicycle is a car, basically, for most intents and purposes. All right, so the next thing I wanted to talk about, this one isn't as big a deal, but this also happens a lot. And this is more like, it's not endangering me at all, but I just feel like maybe the driver of the car in this situation sometimes is, I mean, it's just that I could help facilitate them to get where they're going faster if they would just, work with me and use their turn signal. So here's the thing. All right, say we've got this situation in this image here. This is me on the bicycle, and there's a car behind me. And you can see that there's no way to go straight. You either turn left or right. So, whichever way I'm going, it doesn't matter. But the car behind me, if they're behind me and they put on their turn signal, say they put on their turn signal to the right, then I can just, kind of scoot over to the left a little bit and let them go to my right. Or if they got their left turn signal on, I'll scoot over a bit to the right and let them go around. Because the thing is, when you've got a road with a decent amount of traffic like this that you're trying to turn onto on a bike, me and a lot of other bike riders are the same way. Just because it's, the stakes are higher. If you get hit by a car, if you get in an accident, I really wait for it to be like very clear of traffic. So, I mean, I'm going to be there for a while. So, if you pull up behind me, you need to put on a turn signal, and I can just, move to the side because you're going to be able to like merge much quicker, and I'll let you go. But if you don't put on a turn signal, I don't know which way to scoot. So I can't like just let you go. So just use your turn signal in this situation, and you're going to be a happy camper. So, yeah, so that's the 3 things. There's a lot more things that piss me off when I'm on a bike commuting, but that's 3 of the things that happen the most often that really piss me off every day when I'm commuting on my bicycle. So if you agree with any of these points or you disagree, go ahead and comment. Let me know what you think. If you know of anything else that happens when you're commuting that really pisses you off, or if you drive cars and cyclists are pissing you off, let me know what they're doing that's pissing you off. Maybe I'm doing something on my bike pissing off all the drivers every day when I'm commuting and I don't even know it. Maybe that's happening. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, just leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Feel free to like or subscribe to the channel. And just thanks for watching.